And here we are back. Global Time Attack, Road Atlanta. This is going to be Group 3, Session 3. This is the final session of the day. And it looks like not going so well for Mr. Sean Bassett. He came out, immediately stopped the car in the grass to the left to pit out. Not quite sure what's going on there, but we'll get the rest of these cars out and he'll be able to back in as soon as we are done with that. And to those of you following us on Twitch, welcome back to the stream. Here we are in Brazelton, Georgia, Global Time Attack Road Atlanta. This is going to be the final session, the final 3 run groups of this event. We're getting cars hot on track. We got to get everyone else out, and then we'll figure out what's going on with Sean Bassett. I'm sure he'll back into the hot pit area as he is so close. While these cars are going out and starting their warm-up laps to start their flyers, let's take a look at the overalls. We have Zach Sober leading enthusiast class with a 35.017. That is the enthusiast all-wheel drive record. Jonathan Wheeler right behind him at a 36.657, followed closely by Robert Rushton with a 37.6. Robert has reset the enthusiast front-wheel drive record. Leading street class is Amir Bentatu with a new street rear-wheel drive and street overall record of a 25.787. In second, Drew Turner with a 32.3, followed closely by Brian Tyson with a 32.6. Limited class is being led by Jason Guzman at a 126.526. That is a new limited all-wheel drive record in his Nissan GTR. Mike Osborne in second, and Jamie Santos taking up third, very closely with a 31.9. Rusty Biddle leading unlimited class with a 28.499, followed by Alexander Gallardo with a 31.4 and Philip Grabo with a 32.0. Pro Comp being led by Patrick Laughlin with a 38.3 in his Rush SR, followed by Sean Bassett at 141.366. That is the car that was on the side of the pit out. Kevin Vu is the person leading this group out. His fastest time in his limited class Acura Integra is a 44.735. It does look like Brandon Luthi, first one to go across start finish with his 45.986. Drub Bazaar with a 49.190 right behind him. Not sure what happened to Mr. Kevin Vu. He was leading this group out. He may have come back in the pits. Hope he didn't have an issue in the back. We have Brian Tyson driving the Toyota 86 at a 142.568. Corin was driving that car the entire event, but as Brian's Civic gave up the ghost on day one, she's giving up her final session to Brian. Brian Tyson really showing what that new Toyota 86 is capable of, bringing it all the way down to a 42.568. It does look like Sean Bassett was able to back into the hot pits. Not sure if his problem is detrimental and he can't get back out there. If so, this would have been his last session to run laps. And there's Taylor in that BMW 325i, fastest lap of this event for him, with a 146.915. This would be Brian Tyson's third lap, a 144.73. That is his fastest of this event. It's good to see him not be able to go back out in the Civic and come out and really lay down some flyers in this 86. Power-wise, this car is stock. I know it has wheels and tires, probably has some suspension to it, but besides that, that is just a brand new Toyota 86 laying down some fast laps. Fastest of Group 3, Session 3. There's Taylor again in that 325i, just resetting his fastest with a 146.840. It looks like whatever Kevin Vu's issues were, he was able to get it resolved. He's out now on his first flying lap. And now Brian Tyson down into the 39s with a 39.983. I would believe this is his first time driving this car around this track, as it was also Corin's first time here with the new chassis. It's good to see him pushing that car down to the 39s first time out. Taylor again, just resetting PBs lap after lap. It looks like this session is his best session. Now he's down to a 46.282. Let's see if Kevin can improve on his 144 best. First hot lap from Kevin Vu, a 147.513. For the event, he has ran a 44.735. We have Brian Tyson coming in, going to get those tire pressures checked. Brandon Luthi still pushing hard down turn 12. Starting another flying lap. He was on a cool down there. There we have Kevin Vu with a 141.922, pulling 3 seconds off his personal best at this event. Track is really coming into its own. The competitors who have been able to keep the car together to be able to run the entire event are going to have some good lap times this session. With this being the final time attack session, you can really see the Formula Drift paddock starting to get packed with spectators and competitors. Brandon Luthi with a 146.687, just shy of his fastest lap. Anyone still on a flying lap will count. This is the checkered for Group 3, Session 3 here at Day 2 of Global Time Attack Road Atlanta. Leading this session in his first time driving the car in the one session he had in it, Brian Tyson with a 39.983. Kevin Vu, who had a few issues, unable to set his first lap until 7 minutes into the session, came out and reset his personal best of the event by 3 seconds with a 41.922. Brandon Luthi with a 45.986. That's his fastest of the event, leading out the top 3 of this run group. Here we have Group 2, Session 3 on getting ready to go out. This is Group 2 getting ready to go out. This will be their final run of the event. These cars are being sent out. Looks like they're being led by Zachary Sober, who is also leading enthusiast class right now. Now we have all cars on track. Everyone's starting their warm-up, getting ready to set their flying laps. Let's see if Zach Sober can push his time and street all-wheel drive enthusiast all-wheel drive record past the 35.221 that he has already.
They took all the sauce.
Here we go. Zach Sober pushing hard down 12. Start his first flying lap. He is an enthusiast class, so he has to run a 220 treadwear or higher tire with very minimal aero, so you can really hear that car screeching for grip coming down turn 12. And here they come down 12. You can see they really have to carry a lot of speed through 10A and 10B, but they absolutely do not want to push so far as to hurt their entry speed into the downhill 12. There's Zach Sober pushing his record into the 34s with a 34.808. Chin Chi Chang and Trevor Digiani with a 32.159. Ooh, does look like we had a little bit of an off there with that Honda Civic Type R. Greg Formosa with a 139.295, really pushing down 12. There's Patrick Laughlin getting down into the 37s. From a 39 to a 37, he's pulled 2 complete seconds off his fastest lap. It looks like that off through turn 1 didn't bring any debris on track. The turn is very inviting. It starts out so big, but you really have to corral the car in before turning in. A lot of times people will end up on the outside of that corner blowing any chance of a hot lap. Luckily, it's pretty forgiving depending on how you go off. There can be some bad case scenarios, but he was able to wrangle it in and bring it back on track. There's Robert Rushton in his Honda Civic Type R. He is holding the enthusiast, third place and enthusiast front wheel drive record at this event. That's Chin Chi Chang coming in after they're off into 1. They'll have the car looked over, make sure that nothing is dangling, no debris hanging off, and he'll be able to go back out to try to set another fast lap. Looks like we do have Robert Rushton on a pretty big cooldown lap. I don't know if he had an issue with the car. He did a cooldown the lap before and really pushed for a flyer into turn 1, but he clearly has run into some kind of issue because he is going street speeds down the back straight of Road Atlanta. For a good point of reference, our drone is actually catching up to and passing him. I think the max speed on our drone is 42.3 miles an hour. Looks like he is still pushing under his own power. He wasn't coasting. We'll see him pull off. Whatever issue he had, hopefully it's nothing too big and he can get that sorted. I don't see any damage on the car. It doesn't seem to have a flat. Maybe got a warning code. Maybe something came up on the dash that just had him pull off of it. Better to save the engine than push it through that. Greg Formosa, he came in, reset tire pressures, went back out for another flyer. That was his warm-up heading down the front straight. Now let's see what kind of lap time he can lay down. Patrick Laughlin with a 146 that lap, but he's even pushed his time deeper now. He's in the 36s. That's a 36.894 out of Patrick Laughlin for this session. Andrew Purvis in that Fox Body Mustang with a 136.636. That is his fastest lap of the event also. The track has really come into its own. Great temperatures out here. The sun is shining nice. The track temp is rising with that sunshine, but the air is still nice and cool and dense to make power. These are the kind of sessions that these drivers want. There's Gregory Formosa with a 138.193. That is now his fastest lap of the event. Took about a tenth and a half off his previous personal best. Patrick Laughlin pushing down to the 36.6. This has been his best session. The best he's done before is picked up a few tenths here and there. He's pulled 3.5 seconds off his best time just in this session. This is the second group of the final session of Global Time Attack Road Atlanta. So far, Chin-Chi Chang is leading with a 132.159, followed closely by Zachary Sober, who has reset his own enthusiast all-wheel drive record with a 34.808. That's going to be Jake Graham's fastest lap of this session, a 35.281. That's 1.4 seconds faster than his fastest lap of the event, so he's really pushing. This is the strongest group. We do have a few cars out. Some attrition has set in. Amir, though he did reset the street overall and street wheel drive record, he has a issue with the vehicle that cannot be sorted at the event, so he is done for the day. Obviously, we feel if he had the chance to come out during this session, he could push that into the 24s, no problem. We did not see Jason Guzman come back out last session. We're not sure if that's because of an issue or he wanted to save it for this session, but he has also pushed his record down to a 26.526. Hopefully he has a chance to go out with Group 1 one more time to see if he can get that down into the low 26s or maybe even high 25s. It's always good seeing records drop. That's why we're here. Great seeing these drivers improve lap after lap, session after session. Such a beautiful shot of the picturesque Road Atlanta and the surrounding landscape. If you've never been here before, but you hear the name, you hear the word Atlanta, you think it's in the middle of this big, crazy town. But honestly, out here in Brazelton, Georgia, it is beautiful. This is one of my favorite destinations on the Global Time Attack calendar. Definitely a prestigious track known all around the world. And just being able to run here year after year and set lap times and reset records is really a blessing for us and our competitors. There we have Gregory Formosa getting out of the way as Patrick Laughlin pushes his fastest time down to a 36.262. Great track awareness there by Greg. He was coming down 12, saw someone on a flyer, and got inside and out of the way as quick as he could. Made sure not to disrupt Patrick Laughlin's lap. That is the checkered flag here on Group 2, Session 3. That was the final running of all of these competitors. You'll see Chin-Chi Chang leading at a 32.159, followed by Zachary Sober with his new reset enthusiast all-wheel drive record of a 34.808. Jake Graham with a 35.281 to finish up the top three of this run group. This is Group 1 getting up, lined up for their final session. I don't see Jason Guzman, so there is a good chance he is also done for the weekend, but he's put in a heck of an effort. 26.526, resetting his own limited all-wheel drive record. Great job by him and his team. It does look like it's going to be led out by Mike Osborne in his Nissan GTR. His fastest time at the event is a 31.121, but we saw competitors shaving seconds off on this final session. This is going to be the best track condition he's had of the event, so there is a good chance we'll see his lap times drop. We are in the middle of Time Attack Session 3, running from 11:45 to 12:40. After this session, make sure to stay tuned because at 1 o'clock we will have our award ceremony. Few more cars to go out to finish Group 1's warm-up laps. That was Corey Ross and his BMW M3 being followed by Tony Fuentes in the G80 to get all cars out on track. This is such a great shot of the S's here at Road Atlanta. You can really see them dipping down to the very bottom of the S's before they come up for the final 2 turns. On their hot laps, they're going to use a little inside curb and track out all the way onto the curbing. It is a higher risk, but you carry a lot more speed if you track all the way out to that service road and carry it to the 2 right turns heading towards the back straight. You can really see the pits and paddocks filling up for Road Atlanta, Formula Drift, all these spectators getting here, trying to find parking. You do get people coming nice and early to hold spots. Ooh, it does look like we have Mike Osborne off on turn 12. He is able to recover and save it. The commitment level to come into 12, he was a little wide. Not sure if he caught a little bit of understeer and drifted off to the left, but that is absolutely best case scenario for somebody who is coming down 12. Here we have Phil Grabo starting his first hot lap. Hopefully nothing serious happened to Mike Osborne's car. We saw a little bit of something dangling from the front. It could have been a part of a front splitter, or it could have been a wheel arch. Didn't look like anything too serious though, so hopefully they can get him in. The only downside is now he's going to be on a cool down lap while all these other drivers are on a hot lap. He's not going to want to push it 10/10 with something dangling off the car, so he's going to have to try and place himself in safe areas to allow these drivers to pass while they're on their hot laps. Here's Alex Gallardo on the first complete hot lap with a 1:34.619. Alex has been down into the 31s. Let's see if he can ramp up that speed. Jamie Santos at a 30.488. That is his fastest of the session by a second and a half. He was at a 31.9 before that. And we have Phil Grabo at a 30.953. Phil has taken off 2 seconds. He was at a 32. Drew Turner at a 33.005. He has pulled a 32.3, so that's a little slower than his fastest, but it seems like the track is still in great condition. Here's Corey Ross at a 38.867, followed by Tony Fuentes at a 34.911. Corey Ross seems to be building up to his speed because he's run a 33.8. There's Alex Gallardo into 31.154. That is now his fastest lap of the event, shaving 0.3 off his previous time. Good view of Alex's car coming down the S's. There's the very bottom. You get the compression, then uphill. Let's see how much of the exit road he uses. He used a little bit of the curbing. Didn't track out as much as some other competitors, but sometimes the risk versus reward isn't there. There's Jamie Santos with a 206. He cooled it down around back. Now he's coming in for another flyer. It does look like we have Phil Grabo's car with a little bit of problem. Hopefully nothing too serious. He has stopped at pit in. That is still technically a high-speed section of the track. People will be coming, cresting over the bridge area, and then we'll be able to see him on the left. Pit entrance isn't necessarily blind, but it doesn't give you the best vision. It does look like Phil was able to finally get it rolling again. He could at least use gravity to get him down this hill. It does look like they're going to do a standing black flag for this session. Phil just is not in a safe place yet, so they'll bring the drivers in, bring them back to pre-grid, and as soon as the track is safe, they will send them back out. Not sure what the issue could be. Hopefully he isn't locked in a gear right now. This is a pretty good downhill, so short of any major issues, he should be able to just coast down this to at least a safe area before he gets towed out. It does look like we got reports back from the paddock. The brakes actually have failed on Phil's car, so he's trying to make sure he gets down this hill safely. Unsure if he has an e-brake he's using or if he just has the car in gear slowly rolling down. It does look like there was not going to be enough time to send him back out to do a warm up and a hot lap. That is going to be the end of the event. Luckily, nothing too serious happened with Phil and his car. They will get that back in the paddock and fixed. We will see him come back strong. He always does. So that's going to be the end of competition laps here at Global Time Attack Road Atlanta. We do have our award ceremony coming up in 23 minutes. That'll be 1 o'clock. There's the beautiful Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta Tower. Big shout out to all of our competitors. Thank you to everybody that has been watching us here on stream. You will see the podium ceremony at 1 o'clock. Few records broken. Great competitors out here pushing. Thank you so much for coming out. Make sure you stick around for 20 minutes, though, for the award ceremony. You can see these drivers. They've put in a whole lot of work to get here. Big shout out to all of our sponsors. Big shout out to all of our competitors. Remember, guys, 1 p.m. is our award ceremony from 1 to 1:20. Big shout to our sponsors, Yokohama Tire, Garrett Advancing Motion, Ineos Oils, Ignite Race Fuel, CSF Radiators, Raise Wheels, Competition Clutch, Meister Watches, Revolution Media, and Dab X. Without them and without our competitors, we wouldn't be doing what we love. I'm going to leave you here with the current standings, and we will be back at 1 p.m. for our award ceremony.
Thursday with a couple of hour-long practice sessions. Friday, it's a full competition starting at 8 a.m. Friday morning, ended about 2. Today, Saturday, it's the final day. We got started at 8 a.m. this morning, and we ended at about 1 o'clock. Now it's 1 o'clock, and we're at our awards. Want to thank Road Atlanta, of course, and Formula Drift for having us out here as a support series. This is the long time running. We started coming out here in 2012, so 2022 is where we're at right now. So it's been a nice 10-year run being a part of the Drift Atlanta weekend. I'd like to thank Yokohama. I'd like to thank Garrett, Turbo, Raise Wheels, Ineos Oil, Ignite, Racing Fuel, CSF, Competition Clutch, and Meister, and of course Dabex. So let's start off with the Pro Comp class. We almost had a full field, but we had some dropouts at the last minute. I'd like to bring up second place. When you guys come up, make sure you go this way over here and see Tony and Nyman on your way up. We're talking about Pro Comp class right here. Second place. I'd like to thank Sean Bassett for coming out with a 141.366 in the Datsun 240, attacking the clock racing. Sean, if you're out, make your way this way. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. You'll probably see Sean next at Pikes Peak, I'm assuming, right? Awesome. All right. First place, Pro Comp with a 136.262. Welcome to GTA, Mr. Patrick Laughlin and the Rush SR Conquer Customs Racing. He came dressed for the occasion with the tux. I appreciate that. Give it up for our Pro Comp class. I'd like to thank these guys for coming out. Pro Comp's kind of the catch-all. If you build something custom outside of the time attack traditional rules, these are the guys you're running against right here. Guys like Patrick and Sean Bassett. First place, I'd like to thank Patrick with the 136.262 and Sean Bassett with the 141.366. Thank you, guys. We owe Patrick a Meister watch. Every first place winner gets a Meister watch. Every first place winner also gets Hell Performance prizes, Hell USA. First place gets a custom brake line kit. Second place, 50% off a custom brake line kit. And that's for all the classes. I'd like to thank Hell Performance USA for linking up with us here. Let's jump right into the enthusiast class. Don't come up, but just wanted a noteworthy. We'll call out the top 5. Enthusiast, 5th place, Mr. Brandon Luthi, 145.467. 4th place with a 138.193, Greg Formosa, Weeb Racing in the Evolution. 3rd place, Enthusiast, new record for front-wheel drive. Congratulations with a 137.650, Robert Rushton, Red Dragon Racing, Honda Civic Type R, car 53, come on up. Good to meet you, Robert. Thank you for coming out, man. We appreciate it. Welcome to Global Time Attack, man. Thank you. Congratulations on the new record. Front-wheel drive record, enthusiast class. Robert Rushton, 137.650. 2nd place with a 136.657, Mr. Jonathan Wheeler, TRP Racing, coming up, car 44, Nissan 370Z. Thank you for coming out, John. It's good to see you guys. 3rd place, Robert, 137, new record. 2nd place, Jonathan Wheeler, 136. 1st place with a 134.808, Mr. Zachary Sober Racing, Subaru WRX, come on up. It's an all-wheel drive record. It's also a new class overall record. King of Enthusiasts, Road Atlanta, Zachary Sober. Enthusiast would be what most consider our closest thing to an entry-level time attack class. If you've run against any of these guys, though, you know it's not very entry-level. It's very competitive. Give it up for Enthusiasts. GT Road Atlanta 2022. All right, I'm going to try to pick and choose my moments when it's not too loud. I'm going to move right into the unlimited class. That's who was next up in terms of speed. Fifth place, noteworthy, Kevin Parlett. Great to have you back out here with a new setup with the 136.098. Fourth place, Jeremy Lauder. It's been great to meet you and have you follow us around the country the past 2 years, buddy, with a 136 flat. Good for fourth place with the Chevy ZL1. Third place, 131.154, Alex Gallardo, Nissan 350Z, Check 6 Garage, come on up. Alex and Check 6 Garage have been supporting Global Time Attack for probably a decade. We've been coming out here. We really appreciate it. It's awesome to see you podium once again, man. Congratulations. Second place. Second place with a 130.953, OG Philip Grabow. Come on up. Hit the brakes, baby. Where you at? Element Tuning. Did you really run out of brakes? Oh, okay. No brakes was way more Phil. All right, I'm going to give it a moment. Is he? All right, third place, unlimited class, Alex Gallardo, 131.1. Second place, unlimited class, Philip Grabow, 130.9. First place, Rusty Biddle with a 128.499 in the Nissan GTR, Flat Rock Motorsports Park, first place. This guy's a busy man. He's actually out there on the track right now, racing a GT Celebration. I was going to pull up a stand-in, but screw it. Rusty, thank you out there and good luck. I hope he kicks ass today. Give it up for our unlimited class and give it up for Rusty out there doing double duty this weekend. Now, before they come back around, let's jump into limited place. Next up, fifth place, noteworthy with a 133.8112, Mr. Corey Ross, Cross Motorsports. Great job out there. Fourth place, limited with a 132.502, Chris Boersma, all the way from Canada. Awesome to have you back out here. Third place, come on up with a 131.121, Mike Osborne, Nissan GTR, another Check 6 Garage entry. Good job, Check 6 Garage. Once again, third place, limited, Mike Osborne, Nissan GTR, Check 6 Garage with a 131.1. Second place with a 130.488, Jaime Santos, come on up. L Racing, BMW 1 Series. Mike Osborne, third place, 131. Jaime Santos, second place, limited with a 130.488. First place, jumping out ahead with a 126.526. Good for a new all-wheel drive record in limited class here at Road Atlanta. Jason Guzman, come on up. Another Check 6 Garage, Nissan GTR. Give it up for limited class GTA Road Atlanta 2022. Congratulate these guys. Thank you, Jason Guzman, for pushing it today. All-wheel drive record. Okay, street class, you got to follow that. I'm not sure what you're going to drink out of. Great job, limited class. Now we're going to move to street. This doesn't happen very often. It happened one other time before where street class was the overall fastest class. Fifth place and a stock BMW G80. Tony Fuentes with a 134.119. Pretty smooth, pretty smooth. Fourth place, street class with a 132.697, Mr. Brian Tyson, Honda Civic SI. JST Performance, another shop and a couple of people that have been supporting us for over a decade out here. We appreciate you guys. Third place, another one with a 132.340, Drew Turner, come on up, Def Motion Toyota Supra. And again, we're ending it with street class, which is kind of rare, but it's because the first place winner was so quick. He was quickest overall. Third place with a 132.340, street class, Drew Turner, Toyota Supra. Second place, he's 132.340. Second place is 132.159, Chen Chi Chang and Trevor Diagiani, Honda Civic Type R, United Speed Racing. Come on up. Very tight, very tight, very tight, very tight. Hey, I didn't even bring it up, but fourth place Brian Tyson was a 132.6. Third place 132.3. Second place 132.1. Pretty close, pretty close. First place with a 125.787. Good for a new rear-wheel drive record. Good for an overall class record in street class. Fastest overall of GTA Road Atlanta 2022, Amir Vintage, all future, Honda NSX. Give it up. Fastest overall GTA Road Atlanta 2022, street class, Honda NSX, Amir Vintage. Repping California. Thank you guys, everybody. Amir, amazing job, amazing performance. Everybody in street class, way to represent street class. It's very competitive. It's a hot spot. Guys, thank all you guys, everybody, for coming out. We appreciate you guys watching on the live stream, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, Instagram. Thank you all. We'll see all you guys at the next event, Global Time Attack at the Ridge in July. All right, guys. See you guys soon.